it a little bit.
Mhm.
All right, awesome. So, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today and willing to share your story. So, to get us started, will you give us a little bit of background about yourself, please?
Yes. I am a native of Delaware. I was born in the States. And when I was 17, I moved to Los Angeles, California, which I stayed there for 11 years of my life. When I was 27 years old, I left and I spent some time in Jamaica for like 3 months just to explore and see what was out there. Then after I left Jamaica, I started doing some work and I traveled. I was in Atlanta, I was in Tennessee. Um, and then from there, I spent 6 months in Florida. I was working in there. And now currently I'm here in Rockford, Illinois, which is where I reside right now.
Amazing, thank you for that. Will it
Yes.
will it also be okay to get your name?
Yes, it is Joy. Yes, Joy.
And nice to meet you, Joy. Thank you
Yes.
so much for that. Seems
Mhm.
like you've been wandering and seen you a lot of places in
Yes,
your time.
I love to travel as always been my biggest thing, and I definitely want to go to the UK and the Philippines. But yeah, I love traveling the world, so
It really does open up a whole new, like, broadened horizons when traveling.
yes.
And I feel like it's so nice being able to connect with people in other parts of the world because
Yes.
you can find huge similarities even if you're in different cultures,
Mhm.
in different continents. And I like that. I'd like to visit Jamaica one day also.
Oh,
How is
yes.
it?
Oh my God, I loved it. The people are very nice. The food is very rich and natural, in my opinion. Um,
Mhm.
they live a simple life to me. And I feel like needed that, especially coming from LA. And I don't know if you ever been or not, but it's a fast life. Everyone's in a hurry. There's always something to do. You're in traffic constantly, and it just burns you out after a while. And going from there to Jamaica, it was definitely a breather and much needed. So I loved it.
Yeah, having
I
that
loved
change of pace from like, day-to-day life could really make you step back and, like you said, take a breather and take
Yes.
everything in because it kind of that from how you described LA, it sounds very much like London.
Oh,
And I
okay.
had the choice of moving to London, but I was like, that is so hectic. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up because it's good to have a lot of things to do, but also overwhelming at the same time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All
Definitely.
right. So to dive in a little bit deeper, will you let us know what it was that you had to overcome or still currently overcoming?
Yes, I had to overcome narcissistic abuse. When I did move to California from Delaware, I lived with my aunt and I lived with her for about 5 years. She was a narcissist, and living with her was a challenge. Um, wasn't something that I really liked or enjoyed, but I got through it, thank goodness. But yeah, overcoming narcissistic abuse is something that I had to do.
I see, I see.
Yes.
I am not familiar at all with narcissistic abuse, so
Mhm.
is it okay if you give us a little more context?
Yeah, basically narcissistic abuse is something that you would experience if you're in a relationship with a narcissist. They abuse you mentally, emotionally, psychologically. They make you feel bad for being yourself. They ridicule you. They make fun of you, and you just feel worthless. You feel degraded with that person, and it's hard to break free from a kind of individual like that because some of us, we love them and we don't see life without them. But if you are dealing with a narcissist, you will definitely be abused by them. So, and that could be friends, family members, love interests, anything like that. So,
I see, I see.
yes.
So if you, I'm guessing you've basically lived through living with all of those like traits, and
Yes.
how has that affected your mental health?
Oh man, that's a good question. It's really just changed my thinking about people, about relationships. I guess you could say when I was growing up in Delaware, I was kind of like protected, like in a bubble. But once I met my aunt, well, not met her, but when I lived with her, she really made me feel like I couldn't be me. And that really did something in my mind. It's just like, so is there something wrong with me? Am I okay? Like, am I the problem? It really made me second guess myself. It made me feel like I was worthless. I had like low self-esteem. I felt like I couldn't accomplish anything when I was around her. I just felt low, honestly. But I started to realize that it was just her projecting herself onto me. It wasn't really that that was what it was. Like, that's not who I was based off how she was treating me. It's just that's who she was. And she was wanting me to become like her in a way and have low self esteem and feel that kind of way about myself. So, yeah.
Wow, so you made that shift from thinking it's your fault, thinking there's something wrong with you, to okay, this person may just be projecting herself onto me. So how did you make that shift? Like, at what point did you realize that that was the case, that it wasn't your fault?
Because I was just like, well, for one, I was so young at the time, and I'm just like, well, there's no way that I could be held to these high expectations and these standards at such a young age. It's like it's impossible. And I was just like, she's just being overly critical of me. I just it just came to me. And then not only that, but I did research as well. I dated a guy that was a narcissist too, so I was kind of really indulging in that a lot. But I realized that it was her. Like, she has a personality disorder. So again, it had nothing to do with me at all. It was all her. But at the same time, I remember there was our last time that we was together, she admitted to me that the reasons why she treated me this way was because she felt as if she didn't live her life to the fullest, and she felt like she should have done more things before getting married and having children. So again, it was just she was projecting her own insecurities and her own, I guess, like failures and things that she felt like she should have done. She wanted to project that onto me to kind of make me, like, in a way, not even go towards my true potential, not pursue my goals and my dreams. Like, she was trying